At the beginning of 2026, I started investing $5 a day into Vanguard's VTI. And in today's video, we're going to be walking through how that investment has been performing so far. If you've caught any of my previous content, then you know this is the latest small investment challenge that we started at the beginning of 2026. We're trying to get as many people involved with investing and get it down the path to their own financial success. Look, we all know that $5 a day or $10 a day is not going to make us wealthy. But what we do know is that this is going to be building that investment habit that's going to pay dividends in the future. You like how that dividends, you like how I went there. But look, I've had plenty of people that have left comments on my previous videos talking about how they started investing with small amounts, and over time they were able to increase their investment amounts. And just like I had said, it's almost like a game now. You start out by investing that small amount, and then after a while, when you see those numbers start to change in your account, then you start to try to figure out different ways to invest more money into the market. If this has happened to you, leave a comment down below and let everybody know. It's definitely something that's happened to me. If you're a newer investor or somebody that hasn't been dialed into the market for a while, then right now there's a lot of uncertainty in the market. We're starting to see the market go up and then the market sell back off, and it just doesn't seem like we're ready to pick a direction yet. But there have been a lot of people that have been predicting a market pullback, but it seems like every time the market wants to sell off, there's a recovery and we pump back up. So I'm not certain which way the market is going to go, but I think this is a good lesson for a lot of people to understand how volatile the market can be. We can be going up and up and up for weeks, and then just out of nowhere, there could be a sell-off. Now look, I think a lot of this is driven by what's going on in the technology space. We are in an AI race, and I believe that over the next 2 to 5 years, if not sooner, there's going to be a lot of constricting in that space where you're going to start to see the major players rise to the top, and you're going to see some of those smaller players either get acquired by the big dogs or just go out of business, right? So the ones that I think that have a place here for the long term are places like Amazon, Meta, Google, Microsoft. Those are going to be the ones that I believe that are going to be the ones left standing when all the dust settles. Even with all the uncertainty that's going on in the market right now, I believe that the market is presenting an opportunity for us to jump in and get our favorite companies at discounted rates. All right, let's take a look at how my investment has been performing. If you take a look to the top left here, you can see that I have an open P&L. I'm down $1.83 or 1.26%. Not a lot, but I haven't invested a lot into this position, and I've only been investing in this position since the beginning of January of 2026. And if you take a look to the right, you'll see that my daily P&L, I'm down $2.25 or just over 1.5% on the day. And then if you take a look to the market value, I have a total market value of $143.12. I have a total cost of $144.95. The average price that I have for VTI, $340.31. And in just a little under 2 months of total time, I have almost a half of a share. So $5 every single day, and I have almost a half of share of VTI. And my position ratio, 1.48%. Guys, this is the 4th investment that I've added to this particular portfolio, so that will go up over time. And then if you look to the right of that, the last price I was able to purchase VTI at was $336.01. All right, so guys, like I said, this was all done just by setting this up on autopilot. If you take a look right here, you could see that it's just going in every single day and it's purchasing $5 worth of VTI. I believe that the purchase is made in Webull around 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but there's not really much that I have to do. It's been set up, and again, I only go in and check these out whenever I'm doing these updates for you guys. So let's flip over. Let's take a little bit of a deeper look into VTI. As you can see on the day, we opened at $342.69 there in the left column. And at close, we were trading at $336.01. And then if we take a look to the middle column here, we can see that we've had a 52-week high of $344.42. So even with all of the uncertainty that's going on around in the market, And I'm going to look for a heat map to put that up on the screen as I'm showing this so you can kind of get a good understanding of what the market looks like, because it's red across the board, we're almost at the 52-week high in this position. That's one of the reasons I really like VTI. You're investing in every single company within the US stock market. So whenever there's movement in one sector, it doesn't have as much volatility as if you're in something like a VGT or something that's tech focused. So, and if you take a look right below that, the 52-week low, $234.39. All right, so now we're gonna flip over. We're gonna take a look at a yearly candlestick chart for VTI. Guys, I love showing you guys these candlestick charts so you can see how these positions move year to year. Each one of these candles represents 1 year of trading in this particular position. And as you can see, we have rocketed straight up. And whenever I see charts like this, I always get a little bit concerned when I see that steep of a movement in the chart. But you guys saw we're very close to the 52-week high in this particular position. So I don't know what to expect for the rest of 2026. We just know that we're just going to continue to invest and chill into this position, and we're just going to continue to ride the wave whether we're up or down. All right, let's take a quick look at what some of the analysts are saying about VTI. I use this as a data point whenever I'm looking at investments. I by no means listen to everything that the analysts say, but one of the features that is in Webull is that you do have access to the analysis tab here. If we take a look at the short-term analysis, they believe that it's a strong bearish signal, meaning they believe that we're going to see some pullback in VTI in the short term. Now, if we flip over to the medium term, then there's analysts that believe that we're going to be having a bullish event in this position. So there's nothing for the long-term analysis. I tried to take a look at that, but I didn't see anything there. So what I was able to get out of that is that the analysts believe that we're going to have some pullback in VTI in the short term, but in the long term, they believe that we're going to continue to make movements upwards in this position. Again, guys, I'm not taking what the analysts say as gospel. I just use that as a data point whenever I'm reviewing my investments. All right, one of the reasons that I really like VTI is because you have exposure to every single company that is traded on the US stock market. So that's over 3,000 individual companies that make up this investment, but we're going to take a look at the top 15 holdings. And as you can see here, some of the usual suspects are there. So you've got Nvidia, you've got Apple, you got Microsoft, you've got Google, Broadcom. But if you look a little bit further down, you've got Eli Lilly, Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan Chase, Visa, Exxon, and Johnson & Johnson. So I really like those companies. So investing in VTI gives me some exposure into those as well. Now, I have had some comments in some of my previous videos where it's talking about there's some overlap in my investments because I am investing in VOO, I'm investing in VGT, and I'm also investing in SCHD. Now, I'm okay with some overlap. There's going to be different concentrations of my favorite companies in each one of those index funds. So I'm okay with a little bit of overlap in my investments. If this is something that concerns you, then if you want to invest in a VTI, then maybe you don't worry about investing in VOO. Maybe there's other investments that you want to take advantage of, and that's completely fine. Now, and then we'll take a look at the dividend. So as of right now, I did a little bit of research, and it looks like the first dividend payout for VTI for 2026 will be at the end of March of 2026. And the expected dividend is 95 cents per share for the quarter. So not too bad by way of dividends. Obviously, I haven't received that yet, but whenever I do, it'll be automatically reinvested back into my position. My expectation is I'll probably have 1 or 2 shares at that point. So I'll be looking at maybe almost $2 as a dividend that will be reinvested back into this position. This is not a dividend play for me, although I'll accept it. My dividend play, as you know, is SCHD. All right, guys, so that's my overall investment right now in Vanguard's VTI. I've only been investing in this position for 29 days. And keep in mind, when I say 29 days, we're talking about 29 trading days. So for 2026, there are 251 stock trading days. So even though I've been investing in this position since January 2nd of 2026, there have been only a total of 29 investing days that I've been able to invest in this position. Leave a comment down below. Let me know. Did you just started investing with me? If so, what did you select for your $5 a day investment challenge? Or have you been with me since the very beginning of January 2024? Leave a comment down below and let me know.